Hi, it's Supermoon Tarot here, and today we are doing a career reading. Now, this is a general career reading. However, I have set the intention for success, financial success. As you can see, I have all the 50s here. Hoping to kind of sneak into your subconscious and connect with that ability to manifest and earn more money. But we're going to be talking about whatever messages that pop through that are helpful to you. Maybe you're unemployed and you want to know, am I going to hear from somebody soon? Am I headed in the right direction? Maybe it's about a confrontation at work that's been preventing you from feeling your best and that's going to be ending soon. Maybe it's just about, hey, you're killing it at work and you're doing great. Don't worry about it. Just keep being patient. It's coming your way. No worries. Whatever it is, I'm going to share it today. Now, as you can see, I've set up 4 different groups. Pick whatever group resonates with you most. I'm going to give you a moment to decide. The timestamps for the following groups are in the description below, but let's get started with group number 1. Group number 1, let's look at your career reading so you can have success. Your oracle card is Goblins in reverse. Your tarot cards are 5 of Cups in reverse, 7 of Pentacles in reverse, 4 of Pentacles in reverse, the Lovers in reverse, and your final card is 6 of Wands upright. I'm seeing a lot of balance going on here. Okay, I know what's going on. Okay, so for your particular situation, we've got sometimes people in our lives that are important to us. When we do not feel in sync with them, connected, everything's going well, it can negatively affect other parts of our life. Example, how we earn money, and it can make us focus on what we don't have. It can kind of start to cut off this line of manifestation, and you never know how it could even affect your job performance and stuff like that, because you're not bringing that good energy to be acknowledged and stuff like that. So that's one of the big things going on here. Now, over here with the Lovers and over here with this connection going on, it talks about this idea of balance, in a sense that there is a lack of balance going on right now because of the influence of this other person. Now, the thing here is, I can tell with the Goblins card and the repeating stuff we were talking about before, that this is a person that's important to you. Very important. This is somebody you spend quite a bit of time with. However, by the Lover's card, it doesn't have to solely be somebody that is a romantic situation for you, your person you're currently with. This can also talk about somebody who is above you in ranking of a power and ability or authority of some kind, and how things are just sort of out of whack at the moment. And when I say out of whack, how do I put this? It's as if your relationship, from what I can read in the cards, was you were both aware of whose place was where and where they fit in, but no one ever held that above the other one. And somehow there's been not some great vibes, something's off, something's out of sync, and there is an awareness that one person is starting to be, kind of maybe hold their authoritative position. It's becoming a little too prevalent and allowing things to not flow between the two of you. And that affects you enough that it's being brought into the work environment and maybe even making you focus on things not being as successful as you'd like them to be. So over here in the Goblins card, I want to talk about, this card is important because this talks about the idea, and you're being given advice by Tarot and Spirit, I might add, that you don't have to take on other people's stuff. In fact, this isn't the right person and this isn't the right time. You're kind of sensitive right now, and that it would be best if you detached from them in that sort of emotional way, because otherwise it feels like both emotionally and almost even physically, that you're taking on their baggage and you just don't really need that right now. Goblins also can refer to the idea that maybe they are triggering something from the past that bothers you pretty badly, and that's what's particularly out of sync and getting to you at this moment. Now, what I can see going on here is you have to, in addition to detaching emotionally from this person and kind of pulling back and going, I can't take on whatever they're projecting right now. I have to make that executive decision for myself. I have to mentally pull away in that way. There is an acknowledgement that you have to acknowledge, is what I mean, that things haven't been great. Sometimes the first step for moving forward is just facing the problem head on, looking at the mess and kind of accepting it. But once you start going, hey, things haven't been great between me and this other person. And also I see a strong acknowledgement of you have to kind of accept that maybe you haven't been, earning as much money as you'd like, getting as many hours as you'd like, be in maybe the particular position you would like to, despite all your hard work and despite, and again, we talk about authoritative figure, maybe you have been working hard and this person is not, you realize it wasn't worth working hard because you're not seeing the results of it and you're more aware of it than ever because you're out of sync with this other person, essentially. So there's just, you kind of have to acknowledge things aren't great with this other person, things aren't great, things haven't been great financially, and just kind of, you have to take a more mature approach and just be like, well, it is what it is. I gotta stop beating myself up for this. Once you kind of pull away from this other person's negative influence on you, keep in mind, I do want to put this out there that nothing in these cards say they're trying to manipulate you, they're trying to dominate you. I think they're just kind of going through their own thing and you're taking the brunt of it and you're close and you're an emotional person and you're picking up on that, and it's kind of like messing with your vibes and your ability to manifest and stuff like that. But by simply acknowledging these two problems and kind of just accepting it, just taking it for what it is, there suddenly starts to be this opening up effect because you're no longer focused on the have-nots and your perspective changes into more the potential and the possibility. It's not that your brain is solely focused on now I have all this money. Oh, sorry. Now I have all this money, all that jazz. It's just a simple, it's like, the best way to put it is, I've had, I'll just share a personal quick story. Sometimes we focus so much on success or something like that, right? And by purely not focusing on success, and this can refer to as a relationship too, maybe by the first time you not focusing on a relationship, suddenly a relationship comes in your life, suddenly success comes into your life in that way. So think of it that way, is that by just not any more looking at this and being surrounded by the things that would make you think of this, you now have opened up the potential and possibility. And when I see this potential and possibility opening up, it looks like it's been kind of marinating for a while, and you could say your pipes have been blocked up by this experience, and that by doing all of this, you unblock your pipes, and then there's this blast of success. Because this is one of the coolest things I have to share over here with the Six of Wands. If the reading just ended here, then I would be like, yeah, you're now opening up the potential for success. But this is a card guaranteeing your success. Success financially. This would be the type of financial success where you can potentially receive a promotion, but it would be a decent little chunk of a raise, or this wouldn't be a few extra hours. This would be a decent little chunk of money that you can get excited about earning. But another thing I want to point out with this card, and it just keeps getting repeated in all the cards, is this is also a card of positive interaction with your peers and being accepted and loved and kind of acclaimed with other people, which shows me that there's this pulling away from this other person and you finding your bliss and connection, and we talk about manifestation and stuff like that, because you're connected with the right people. This person isn't right for you right now, and you start to be connected with these other people, and all of that energy kind of flows through you, through them, all that jazz. And that is what I not only see you surrounded by, but it's not a coincidence either. You're feeding off of that, and it's really benefiting you. So definitely, I guess what I'm trying to say from when I look at this, by the way, if this is a romantic situation, I am not advising you to break up with them. That is not what we're talking about. Sometimes we have to pull away a little bit mentally and kind of put a little wall between ourselves just to, like, you know, let them go through their thing, you go through yours. Again, I'm just not trying to say that at all. I'm just purely saying how sometimes people can throw us out of whack because we admire and we're so close to them. But if I'm being honest with you, I'm getting more of a vibe that it's somebody you look up to and you're close with. You like them. But anyways, so mentally detaching from them, kind of starting to accept things in order to be able to let go and then therefore receive this nice flow and be around other people than this person. Quite a bit of people. I would definitely say don't hone on to just one. Go find a group of friends at work that you connect with more. Even if you just talk to them, you don't have to hang out with them outside the office. But you can get excited to a decent amount of money in a happier environment. So overall, really positive reading. If you enjoyed this reading, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out like you would not believe. But either way, have a wonderful day. I can't wait to see you in the next one. I hope, where's my 50s? I'm gonna make it rain for you, spreading those good vibes. Woo! I'll see you in the next one. Let's get ready for group number two. Let's look at your career reading for you. Your oracle card is Commitment in Reverse. Your tarot cards are King of Swords upright, the Hierophant or Fant, however you want to say it, upright, Eight of Wands upright, Queen of Pentacles upright, and your last card is Page of Swords upright. Huh. Okay. Okay, so sorry. This is very positive. I'll explain why in a second I was having that reaction. This is insanely positive. There is not a single bad card here. This just screams money, success, acclaim, like just really, really, really positive. And then we have this card, and it doesn't really make sense with everything else. So I'm definitely going to pull some more cards to better understand why you're being told this. I need to understand the context of this when everything else about this is the opposite. So we'll get to that, don't worry, but let's focus on the positive as well as what you're being suggested to do. So the cool thing going on here is at this current time and place, in order for you to receive more money and success, promotion, all that good jazz, this is based solely on your merit and effort. This is not a spiritual thing. This is not a universe thing. This is not about anybody standing in your way. You're not going to have any problems with any bosses or coworkers. None of that jazz. Nothing you need to work out personally. It's just a tactical way to approach the job. So let's start with the tactical way and all the things it leads to. So first off, you're being told to be by the books. Don't go outside of it. Be somebody who is 5 minutes early, stays 5 minutes after, or I guess the term is half an hour, whatever it is. Don't try to go outside of what's being asked of you. If you're really straightforward, you follow every possible rule to the point that rules people don't even know about. You're super on top of, like, let's say you work in some sort of food position. You're on top of all the health regulations like nobody's business. It is going to be the thing that is your strength and makes you stand out and is what is being asked and desired of you right now. So you want to be the box, you know what I mean? Don't think outside the box, be the box. And in addition to that, with the King of Swords over here, you're being advised to not turn off your brain. You still want to be smart about it. So if you, again, we're talking about food industry, pretend you are a server. There is a way to be very smart about how to finish the job faster, more efficiently, and again, still following all the protocols. So you want to be smart. You do want to be honest. You want to be pretty straightforward with what you have to offer because that is going to make you stand out. And those are the main things that are sticking out. sticking to the books, being really smart. You can be creative about being efficient, but not creative out of what is the expectation of the job. And you want to be straightforward and honest. It's going to make you really stand out as a pretty wholesome person and make you more trustworthy to the people around you, to show that you're capable, but you're also worth working with as a person of character. Now, it looks like by doing that, oh my God, you attract a lot of opportunities to you. Get prepared the second you take on this mentality. Give it a little time to marinate. Maybe you have to do it for a couple days, a couple weeks, whatever. But as soon as you lock in and people kind of know you for that, expect the amount of opportunities to flood in by tenfold. Again, as an example, if you were a server, you get more tables. Maybe you're asked to be given more positions of opportunity. Whatever it is, take it on with stride. That is how you're receiving your money, by getting all these individual opportunities. You need to rise up to the plate to not only show that you're worthy of receiving more, but it's not a single, just a single promotion. It's a bunch of other things that are all adding up to the whole. Now, like I said, you do these things, a lot of opportunities come in quickly, you're going to take it head on. This is definitely going to give you the ability to take it on and continue to receive all the success. And then this goes over here, which talks about just relaying the concept over here that you're the one capable of earning your income. But when I see the interaction between the Page of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, it looks like it's something that makes people want to keep giving you more money when they see that sort of result. Think of it like, do you ever get this sort of mental fantasy when you see someone restore a couch or do something with interior design or do a DIY project, and there's this idea of like, wow, they did something out of nothing, and they create like a fantasy world. You're drawn to people that just seem to always be courageous and put themselves in a position to receive more or whatever, and you kind of just want to be around them, and you expect that of them. By being this person that is able to invite those opportunities, taking on those opportunities and proving to everyone else what you created by the effect of hard work. It's very like logical, like it's not just spiritual, emotional things, that not only gives you more praise, but continues that flow of money going in. So it's pretty straightforward, which is, I know it seems like a pretty simple tarot read, but I can't begin with you enough how many career readings I get that are just straight up like, your boss is in the way. This is the problem. It's not you. And most people, I think you can attest to this yourself, many people work hard and don't get anything for it. They're just expected to do it. Not you. This is what you're being advised to do, and you will see the results for it, which is really cool. Now on to this situation going on here. This is throwing me quite a bit. So when we're talking about career reading and this particular card in reverse, commitment in reverse, this is a warning that you should not, this talks about like the idea of contracts, or if you're being asked to take on some sort of like, commitment of this job, they're asking you to stay in this position or whatever, that you shouldn't. It is not the right time. It's strongly advised. It's kind of like a very ominous, like, I'm not going to tell you why, but just don't do it. It's a mistake. It's not a lesson to be learned. You shouldn't do it. This isn't the type of commitment you want to make, which shows that you have a commitment being given or asked of you, that sort of opportunity or position is being, is coming up, but also that you shouldn't take it. But it seems weird because, again, you're being told if you do this, you'll get this. So is the commitment the things you're getting, and you're asked to not do that? But if you do, you see what I'm saying? So I just kind of want to better understand this, because everything about this is super coherent and straight laced. So let me just pull some cards. Okay. What do we got here? 4 of Cups upright, 8 of Swords in reverse. Oh, and right, this is 4 of Wands in reverse. Okay, yeah. Okay, now I understand. Now this makes a lot more sense. So this talks about the idea that if you feel unhappy, if you feel bored in the current position you're in, this is not a very overly emotional thing. This more talks about the idea of being passionate or satiated, fulfilled kind of concept. So this isn't a job you hate. This isn't someone that's driving you nuts. This is a position where you're just like bored. It just doesn't do it for you. It looks like this is not where you want to focus the type of energy I've expressed here. That this isn't the commitment where you want to bring this type of energy. Now that commitment makes more sense. Sorry, I'm just thinking, sorry, Spirit's like talking to me too. Now this makes a lot more sense. This isn't about a commitment specifically with like a contract or a position you're being given. It's about don't bring this level of commitment I expressed in the cards underneath these three to a job you don't feel you're really that into. And when you get out of this position, you free yourself, so to speak, of this, because this is something that's a light obstacle in your way. It looks like you're going to find this opportunity to take on this persona and then receive all this success, not in your current position, away from this current position you're in that isn't making you feel happy. This is like a far away from home sort of card. I mean, in some cases, for some of you, this might be a position further away, but either way, it's just not the current position you're in. So if this does not resonate with you because you like your current job and you don't feel the sense of boredom, then don't worry about that. This is a general reading. But if you feel like, yeah, you're fine with where you're at, then I already told you what you need to do. And it's just, and I do want to note one last thing before I end this reading. The cool thing going on here that I really don't ever get is life is very chaotic with its up and down with like luck and flow and ebb. This is a cycle going on. You do this, you receive this, people see you receiving this, they want to give you more. You use this to your benefit. Who does not want an endless fountain of money? You know what I mean? Speaking of which, let me send you some good vibes. If you enjoyed this reading today, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Either way, have a beautiful day. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Have a beautiful day. Bye. Let's get ready for group number 3. Group number 3. Let's talk about your career reading for you. Your oracle card is Stormfield in reverse. Your tarot cards are Ace of Swords upright, King of Pentacles in reverse, Temperance in reverse, the Empress in reverse, and Death in reverse. Somebody has been messing with you. Yeah, they have been messing it up for you. And yeah. Good news though. It looks like it is the only thing coming through. So it seems like it's a blockage for you. I can see that talking about it here, and I can see the influence of somebody here and here. But this is the only thing kind of in your current way. It's a certain mindset you're being forced into that is, blocking the pipes of you getting, success and flow and income really coming your way. And unfortunately, it looks like the position you're in, it's not, I don't want to say a cycle, but something where it probably feels very difficult to break free of, and we'll go into why. But it looks like you are going to break free of it, which is really cool. But let's just go into this. So we've got a bit of a concoction going on here between the Empress in reverse and the King of Pentacles in reverse, with the Temperance being the person potion making, putting everything together, and so on and so forth. And it looks like there's you're unaware of these two kind of one affecting the other, and so on and so forth, and being even parts of kind of making you feel a sense of wanting to get away from this situation and not knowing how, and being unable to see your way out. So I can see in the Empress in reverse, this talks about feeling dependent on somebody else. I have a good feeling with a lot of you guys, because this is a general reading. This doesn't have to just refer to the idea of some sort of controlling partner you're with. This can be Maybe you're young and you don't have enough money to live on your own, so you're still acutely aware of wanting to have your own place and not being able to, and not enjoying that you still have to live with people that, and I can see in Stormfields, probably bring you a lot of drama and really mess you up. Because if every day or often enough you're constantly having to heal from somebody who is negatively affecting you, when can you ever feel like you're best and feel safe and feel like you're able to draw that towards you and make it your norm? I can see over here in the King of Pentacles, this is directly influencing this, which talks about you're feeling dependent on this other person because of these negative interactions, and it's making you feel off. We talked about imbalance, and then it leads to this sort of mindset where you're acutely aware of needing money, money being the solution to enable you. And again, when we talk about card interactions, about needing security, needing a place of your own, needing a space separate from this, and knowing that money is the solution for it. But you're kind of laser focused on it to a point that you're only seeing it as something in the distance, something you don't have, because you're so acutely aware that you need it. So there's a mentality of need, but need also equates to I don't have. So there's an I don't have mentality. And you're never able to just work and simply accumulate money and be in a normal mindset where you're just kind of earning money and saving and spending and blah, 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 because you keep getting pulled back into this drama, acutely aware of your situation you don't want to be in. Now, we have over here the epiphany that kind of comes to the rescue, the thing that pulls you out of this mindset, and that then leads to this personal transformation, this unconscious thing. I do want you to know that all of this kind of marinating together, one affecting the other, between these two cards of the codependency affecting the really wanting money and the really wanting money, making you aware of the codependency, and all of it making you feel imbalanced, is a very intense unconscious thing. It's something you're not even aware you're doing all the time. So it's so deep-setted and so in your beliefs, it makes it that much harder to feel like you can break free, and that much more of a clogged pipe, so to speak. And so that's why this epiphany is a huge positive thing coming in and blowing over. So this is the part where you can take a lot of comfort. This is something that seems really simple, but I want you to redirect your energy on not what you don't have or really desperately need, but on this concept alone, which is Stormfields in Reverse talks about the idea that yes, there is drama. It is bad. Don't engage with it, because you will regret it. This is probably most likely if your parents are picking on you. Again, I'm using parents as an example, but maybe you live with a roommate you don't like, or maybe this is a partner that's making it a not happy situation and you don't like that you're dependent on them or whatever. Whatever it is, this negative influence that's putting you in this mindset, it's understandable you would engage, and when you engage, you kind of only incite more of the wrath, so to speak. And this is the really wonderful, I think a really positive message, letting you know that you need to kind of hide out, duck for shelter, don't respond, don't retaliate, don't think of it as giving up, but understanding that this is something that blows over. Storms are temporary. And the less you engage with it, the less power it has, is the better way I would express it. And that it is something that's going to pass over. And even though it seems really rough when it's coming at you and you're not doing anything about it and you're holding back, this is the confirmation that you're going to be totally fine. Your little space, your little home that for the time being that you're in the situation, your room, wherever you're staying, is going to be okay. Your life's going to be fine. But you keep being drawn back into a certain mindset. You keep being drawn back into this chaos. And you need to break that chain. You need to be aware that it is just something that passes. Think of it as something that's around you. You can definitely take meditation as a form or a method to handle the mental battle it takes to engage with these type of people. When you meditate, take time to think of maybe these conversations and pretend they're happening to you, and pretend that you're just train yourself to not be emotional back, and see it as something that doesn't have power or any engagement unless you give it, and start to develop that ability. And that's what kind of pulls you out of this mindset, gets you into a more even time frame. But I think alone, just not being aware of the control and power you do have, and how you can affect the environment the way you want, it's kind of like one positive epiphany. This is more than just a singular epiphany. It's the epiphany of how to handle the situation. It's the epiphany of your actual control and power. It's the epiphany of a different mindset that can attract what you really want, which is money and a better home situation for yourself. And that's the whole where the death card in reverse comes into play, where this is all about, a total unconscious rebirth transformation. It looks like it was naturally going to happen, which is really beautiful. It was like it was on its way anyways. It's coming your way anyways. There's not any, if you haven't had this epiphany yet already, you can take comfort in knowing it's going to happen. It's whether this be the video that clicks in your head and makes it work, or something someone says and the way you choose to react in the moment it's just going to happen. There's nothing you can do to prevent it in a positive way. So get excited. You're gonna have this epiphany, and I'm talking about the type of epiphany you feel it in your core for your unconscious. You're gonna be totally changed. This is gonna be a huge it will prevent this type of thing from repeating. And just take note that it's understandable where you've been and where your mindset has been at, but this is how you break free of it. So overall, get excited because the drama's going to be over and a lot of money's going to be coming your way. Let me give you some good positive thoughts to think about. Yeah, think of all that. It's coming your way. Woo, 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 woo. I'm sending it your way. Wait, try to throw it at the camera. Woo, 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 woo. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I enjoyed giving it. Please consider giving a like, comment, subscribe. It helps out like you would not believe. Either way, have a beautiful day. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye! Group number 4. Let's talk about your career reading for you. Your oracle card is Compass in reverse. Your tarot cards are 10 of Cups upright, 7 of Wands upright, the Magician upright, Queen of Wands upright, and 2 of Pentacles upright. Oh wow, this is really cool. Okay, so wow, this is really beautiful. This is like a super happy, positive, the most modern message I could get in this day and age, where everyone's told to like follow their dreams and like do it yourself. That's what you're being told. Your success is being held for you in the dream job you've always wanted, your passion, the secret passion that you're like, oh, I don't know, it's a huge risk to do, da 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 da. You're being told to do it. That you're not only going to have success financially, but have like next level deep fulfillment, passion, happiness. Like you will experience a form of happiness many people can only dream of because of your level of happiness when it comes to getting to do what you love for a living. And it's truly what you were meant to do and what you want to do. And you're one of the lucky ones who it's not the way they approach the job or who's in their way. It's like what you want to do. That is what you were meant to do on a financial level as well as a happiness level, which is really cool. So let's talk about all the different things going on here and where you're currently at and the reassurance of why you should go after this job and some of the things and so on and so forth. So first off, we have the Compass oracle card in reverse. This talks about wherever you put your attention in life and your most focus, that becomes your God or your higher power. So if you focus on your relationship all the time, that's where you put your attention. If you're focusing on financial insecurities, that's your God, which made me initially think when I was reading into it, it was talking about that sort of mindset. But it's saying in this position, especially being right next to this card, that by focusing all of your attention on what you really want, not how it's going to happen, if it's going to happen, the impossibilities of what's going to happen, just that you want it. That is one of the strongest ways it's going to happen. That is your pull. That is the attraction to it. Nothing else. You have to be blind about it. You have to be just very like, yep, that's what I want. That's what I want. I don't know how I'm going to get it. I don't even need to ask that question of myself. That's what I want. That's all you need to focus on. That's going to be your driving force for everything. Now, over here with the Magician card, being ruled by Mercury, this is all about your capabilities to have what you have right now, unconsciously or subconsciously and consciously, that you are capable in every way, shape, or form right now. I know it might seem scary, but you're in a position many people work very hard to reach at some point in their life. You're there. You can make it happen. The Magician card is a wonderful card of a really positive open of your ability to manifest. But on a practical level, it is something that gives a lot of capabilities when it comes to success in a job. You're able to communicate ideas really well. You're able to connect to what needs to be done and have the foresight to understand what can happen to be done. A lot of like good vibes going on and just letting you know like you've got it. Why would you not redirect your attention and use what you already have right now? Put it in this attention over here. Now, when we go over here to the Seven of Wands, it lets you know, like, yeah, for sure, this is not going to be the easiest of roads. It doesn't, keep in mind, that's a relative term. Tarot can seem a lot more dramatic than it really is. Like, I might tell you there's a conflict, but you just kind of have a disagreement with someone. It doesn't mean it's an all-out battle or a breakup or something negative. But like anybody, you're going to come across obstacles, and this is the reassuring card to let you know that it's worth pushing ahead and keeping this focus, because this lets you know that you will actually make it to the end, that you will receive your success and everything you've worked hard for, because it's worth fighting and you are going to win it, even if it seems difficult at times, or you're like, oh man, I didn't get to get the name of the company I wanted to do, or somebody else rented out the building I wanted to rent. Doesn't matter. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. They are just small things. Keep going. It doesn't matter. You got to keep pushing through. You've got the right energy. You've got the goal in mind. And you have the absolute promise of receiving it. This is you receiving your passion. This is all that's good stuff. But you're also being told that where you're at right now. Now, the Queen of Wands is like a super stellar. She's like the potential of this fiery energy of all this limitlessness compared to the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is like, she's got her handle on things right now. It's very like in reality, tangible. Queen of Pentacles, because there's not really any limit to her, fire. There's a lot of creativity behind her. Some would say there's psychic potential behind her. There's like a magical element, and especially being next to Magician. Well, let's be honest with you, with tarot, there's no coincidences. So you have a lot of like magical abilities and being able to manipulate the world around you to your benefit. And it looks like you're kind of focusing all that attention and making kind of the excuse for yourself that, well, in the Two of Pentacles, well, I got to do this, and well, I got to do that, and I don't know. And this is the card that's saying you have all this potential here and here. It's repeated both in different ways, but it's the same concept going on. Why are you doing that? You have to stop making excuses for yourself. This is what lies ahead, and this is the ending. Redirect your thinking. Understand that it's worth fighting for. You are capable, but this is where your mindset's at, and you need to redirect it, because this doesn't talk about anything about more money. This just says you're doing it. You're successfully making everything work. And it's understandable. It feels overwhelming to drop something and drop the ball, but you redirecting your energy isn't about anything becoming a failure or any errors or dropping the ball or any mistake. It's just like you're being consumed by daily life and the things you think you need to accomplish right now that don't actually have a greater substance or magnitude and aren't going to bring you the financial success and also this like really deep sense of happiness and fulfillment that you're going to get over here. So get pumped. You were one of the lucky ones meant to follow their dream job. Lots of success behind you. Change your thinking. Stay focused. understand that it's worth fighting for, that you can fight through it. There is a positive ending to it, and that you got to connect. I would definitely, this is like a side note, but because I'm getting so much like psychic and manifestation energy coming in, definitely get really into like whatever floats your boat, whether that it be spells or law of attraction or manifestation. Become very aware of that and use it to your benefit, because you've got it. Why not make life a million times easier? And again, like I said, change the world around you to benefit you. So ultimately, really awesome. Very excited for you. Woo, woo, woo. Let me send some good vibes. This is your future. This is your future. This is your future. Did that reach your subconscious? If you enjoyed this reading, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out like you would not believe. Either way, have a beautiful day. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye. Or bye.